Hello, and welcome to part 2 of the plot to kill Queen Novo. Or get rid of her, make her leave the throne, whatever she wants to do, just get out of here. But right now we're Queen Novo, so she's, we're not really endorsing that, but I'm kind of doing every decision I can to make that happen, even though I'm Queen Novo. A crowd of sea ponies stages a protest outside a local government office. They claim our government has been unfairly prioritizing the needs of hippogriffs over those of sea pony, and demand this alleged bias be redressed at once. They are particularly agitated because of the large social-economic ails already brought on by the mass immigration of over half of us out of Equestria, and they are concerned that between that and our government's policies, the Equestria could be left completely behind. The picket line makes it impossible for the bureaucrats who work in the office to get to work, and the protesters say they will not leave until the government promises to reverse its course. We will listen. And that will make these cheaper, and I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and start getting an underground military factory. Civil War and Longsword. Seems like someone's having fun. I'm gonna set you to keep those 4 there, and I'm gonna try to get a few more guns being made with future military factories. Since love my tanks, but I kind of do need lots of guns as well, just for an overall military. Now, I personally actually pretty much always go with separated complexes. I've heard good arguments for larger workspaces, but I just like separated complexes more. I'd rather get efficiency retention and efficiency base, and and the factory bomb vulnerability is also pretty nice over just a 5% factory output. Like, it does begin to stack as you level it up, but I like this more because it also begins to stack the other effects as you level it up. But if you disagree, I understand. I've seen arguments that make sense. It's just, that's my style. The rising lower classes, the benefits of our booming economy, have not been distributed evenly. Equally works too. While opening up our markets has brought the prices of goods down and has made great profits for our corporations via exports and tourism, there is rising discontent among the lower classes that they are not getting their share of the national prosperity. While before, much of the opposition to our trade policies have been from nationalists and isolationists among the middle classes afraid of foreign competition. Now much of the anger is coming from the proletariat, as socialist ideas, once popular mainly among radical student groups, have started percolating among the common workers. Popular discontent is directed more and more at domestic business grifts rather than distant foreigners, and even at the monarchy itself, which is increasingly seen as a defender of inequality. The constitutionalist Socialist Labour Party of Aries has been doing its best to moderate rhetoric and remind the people that Novo has been a great queen. But the fringe Revolutionary Workers' Party and post-civilization coalition of communists and anarchists have said in no unclear terms that the monarchy must be dissolved. I'm sure it's nothing to worry about. Yes, Queen Novo. Nothing to worry about. Just ignore it. Nothing to be worried of. Oh, I never actually read what that one was. Our industry suffers from miles upon miles of red tape. It must have been, well, intention, but it is simply stifling us. Rationalizing the bureaucracy, doing away with some of the regulatory framework, and consolidating the management of the remainder into a new organization will benefit our economy immensely. Brain. Summer Sun Celebration. Ponies from all charts of life have gathered today in Canterlot to witness the Summer Sun Celebration. Originally a holiday made to commemorate Princess Celestia's victory over the festering nightmare, nowadays it celebrates the longest day of the year, Princess Luna's return, and the magic of friendship. Not a sound could be heard as the princess climbed on the raised dais, took a long gaze on the gathered ponies, and proceeded to raise the sun. The crowd watched in amazement at the grand display. Where did principal come from? Anyways, of the Alicorn's benevolence, and cheering continued long after the sun rose. Festivals continued for the remainder of the day, the spirit of Equestria resonating in the continued showing of respect to our tradition. Lies! Our gods raised the sun, not her! The card did have some difficulties getting established in Hippogriffia, being neither able to fly nor swim, but over time more and more of us have come to enjoy both as a tool and as entertainment. In time, our automotive industry will be one of the world's foremost. Yeah, I like getting... So, I overinvest in economy and forget about other things sometimes, but it's fine. It'll be fine. Sometimes I put too much into civilian and then forget, oh shoot, I should be switching to military at some point, but it's fine, it's fine. No big deal, it's fine. The socialist... oh my... I just realized... I need to turn down that... Which one is it? Do I have... I think I have... Do I... Excuse me for a moment. Equestrian War... It was, if you were hearing double music overlay, I didn't realize it, but apparently I had Equestrian War opened twice. So me changing the settings did nothing for the other opened one. Thanks, me. But anyways, swimming about our throne room, Queen Novo looked over report after report of more industries, trying to form unions and of the socialist goals those unions had declared. While many said they were forming in response to the rising inequality and delegation, one look at their founding members told Novo all she needed to know. Skystar was with her, but as usual, her daughters underestimated the severity of the situation. Or she's the only one that actually understands things in this monarchy. Anyways, we'll find out about that later. But once more, Novo wondered what would happen to Hippogriffia when she was gone. We should never have let it get this far, Novo muttered, looking at another report. Look at this one. The glassmakers are organizing, and one of their chief organizers is Hot Breeze, who is one of Posita's top hinchgriffs. I don't know, it doesn't seem that bad, said Skystar. There are moderate organizers like Selena Blue that seem reasonable, and besides, all kingdoms have labor movements. This isn't about a labor movement, Nova snapped. They want to get rid of us, communists, anarchists, faucetists. These new unions are full of them. I know what they do to creatures like us in Stalingrad. I should have done this a long time ago, but I'm still queen. I'm gonna ban these unions while I still can. Skystar was silent for a moment, lost in thought. Novo hadn't heard Skystar be silent in a long time, and they finally embraced her daughter in fins, holding on to her. I'm sorry, Skystar. I really don't want to crack down on our own subjects, but I haven't been this scared since the Storm King. I don't want to lose you. Skystar hugged her back, trying to find the words to tell her mother how wrong she was. Mom, I know you're scared, and I know a lot of them are real weird, but they just want the right to negotiate on an even level with their bosses. Isn't that what harmony is all about? Every creature has a fair say? Skystar is right. They just want a voice. Ban the unions! They're dangerous! Yeah, that'll work. Not take a focus so I can get enough political power to go ahead and choose one of these. Okay. I need one of you that doesn't hate communists to join me. You hate communists. Anyone? Sure. You don't hate communists. I'll take you. Oh shoot, darn it, I meant to do this one, then go down this path. I forgot about this one. That research slot was supposed to be gotten earlier. Oh well. Oh well. It happens. Sometimes you care about the economy so much, you forget to get the research slot. But, yeah. Every child born in our nation has the right to be given a full education, both on land and in the sea, whether rich or poor, or whether sea pony or hippogriff. We cannot leave anyone behind. Ooh, a new Daring Do book! After many months of anticipation, A.K. Yearling, who does that remind you of, huh? Has finally released Daring Do and the Changeling Spectre, a thrilling espionage of action thriller. In this latest entry to the franchise, Daring Do sneaks into King Chrysalis's capital, Vessapolis, to find the Queen's Coven's Ark. While being hunted by Queen Chrysalis's ancient, the Spectres, after the light-hearted adventure trilogy, many reviewers like Coldhead were shocked by Changeling Spectre's dark tone. Others, like Quibblepants, welcomed the book's awareness of the current political climate. Daring Do's new realm found realism will shiver ponies' spines, but the author's latest entry has lost the escapist element that made her series so great. Still, the book has sold thousands of copies on the first day, and Applewood movie producers have already inquired about film rights. 7 out of 10 stars. Got to check that out. Yeah, Daring Do's like real in this universe, and all the stories she writes about are actually just happening. Should have said spoiler alert, I guess, but it's not exactly heavy to the plot of My Little Pony, but like, yeah, that means in this world she's doing some stuff in Changeling Lands, apparently. Because, and if it got heavier, then who knows what she went through in there. Well, she does, and anyone that read the book now knows. Too bad. They need to make... Oh, the motor strike. The simmering discontent among the working classes reached a boiling point today. Despite our efforts, auto workers in both Equestria and Mount Aries have walked out of their jobs in large-scale strikes, citing low wages, unsafe working conditions, and callous supervisors. Excuse me. The industry is ground to a standstill, but as the strikers are not centrally organized, it is difficult to tell what would get them to go back to work. Enraged at being denied the right to unionize, different groups have demanded everything from increased safety standards to a complete restructuring of the wage system, so that every worker shares in a percentage of the profits of their company. Skystar has suggested getting all of the labor leaders together into one room so they can talk amongst themselves and talk with us to figure out a plan that works for every griff. While auto industry leaders like Lucky Beak have cautioned against such a plan, saying that they would result in the most radical voices swaying the others and pointing to the increasing popularity of the socialist ideology. Ideologues like the anarchists and Posita. They suggest simply waiting the strikers out, playing them off each other until their movement loses momentum. If that fails, the Queen can always sign back to work legislation forcing the strikers to return to their job. Let's hear them out, or they should return to work. Yeah, because that always works. Oh, Equestria Games. The annual celebration of the Equestria Games in Crystal City have just come to a close, with Princess Celestia herself holding a movement speech about friendship and its importance for all of ponykind. The games went ahead without any major problems, and ponies from all over Equestria, contenders and spectators alike, traveled to the Crystal Empire for this special occasion. Like every year, these games have helped ponies come together in friendship and tolerance. At least for the moment, we shall see whether this will have any major impact on pony politics in the near future. Quaint, but not our concern. Oh, by the way, I just am an over-the-top role player. I'm not, like, a communist or anything. Because if I play a nation where their leaders are hardcore fascists, prepare for me to roleplay that as well. Or if we play a Democrat, I'll be hardcore Democrat, or whatever. And by Democrat, I mean democracy. But this morning, Senator Surov was sworn in a General Secretary of the Stalingrad Communist Party at a short ceremony held in the Spring Soviet. In the speech, the populist candidate promised radical reform to the collective economy. He also denounced the Stalingrad's neighbors as capitalist imperialists and swore to spread the revolution to the opposite workers. Interesting. Good. A disagreement in budgeting committee has spiraled into an all-out Okay, I've already read this event. If you really care to know what it said, watch my other video, I guess. I'm actually going to go with this one, even though the effects are a little worse, because I just keep that cheap, I guess. And it'll go back the other way soon enough, anyways. It might even go back the other way before I can even spin that political power. Alright. Now, okay, so that's... Okay. Okay. What do I need to get right now? Oh. Radio. Need radio. Don't care about those at all. Nobody cares about improving relations or land leasing nations. As our nation grows, so will its industry, but it's only bloat the nation to try to run everything centrally. There are countless talented and ambitious citizens within our nation, and if we just give them some encouragement, they will provide us with plenty of new industries. Woo! None of you matter. Let's see. Infantry is always nice. All of these factories will go straight to, guns. Tanks are nice, but I can't just put everything in the tanks. I mean, I can barely... I do not even have enough tanks for, like, one unit. I mean, I don't really remember exactly how many it takes, but... Oh, shoot! Okay. I was like, oh, cool. Maybe I can talk a little about this rivalry. Nope. Things are happening. So, this is the Equestrian Civil War. Okay, also, go my Stalingrad brother, and you're not as good as what my revolution will be, but you're as close as I can get in that region. In a textbook case of Stalingrad military doctrine, the original breakaway nation from Equestria has deployed their military in the south and into the territory of the newly formed Lunar Empire. What positions Nightmare Moon's military was able to hastily erect in the chaos of the ongoing civil war were quickly swept away, troops fleeing in their wake. Nightmare Moon was unable to be reached for comment. But Jinsek, Senator Surov, was quoted as saying that the morning's events were a natural consequence of the Equestrian alliancy, despite both sides saying that they did not wish to escalate the conflict at the current time. It's undoubtable that this will lead to conflicts in the future. I see. So, Civil War time, let's see. It looks like they went with the Lunar Empire and they went neutral. That's uncommon. Usually they side with Equestria. Both. I've even noticed that as a more common path when they stay, going ahistorical. Modern wars are won not just on the battlefield, but in factories as well. We must be ready to produce immense amounts of weaponry for when the war comes. There's no time like the present to get started. Aries First rally in Starfield. The supporters of the controversial Aries First movement gathered together for a rally in Starfield, waving flags of photographs of Queen Nova. The Aries First supporters cheered and chanted their patriotism in a rowdy display. When the leader, Raftwood, got up on the stage, the cheers grew even louder, quickly turning to boos as he told of the latest insults coming from the zebras. "Cowards, they call us," he explained to the crowd. "I have it right here from the mouth of a political chief in Carthage. The Hippogriffs boast of their victory over the Storm King as though fighting a single lucky battle after years of hiding, and compare it to the grueling campaigns we zebras fought against him all across the continent. We saved them, and this is how they treat us, and then they come to Edian refuge zone and exploit our generosity. No more, I say. Queen Nova was right to retreat to Equestria. She was right to emerge when she did, and we shall suffer no further slander to our people or our queen." The crowd's cheers were joined by the sound of propellers as crack lightning made a flyover in the spirit of Starfield. The custom fighter plane he had shot down one of the Storm King's mighty airships with. Over the 2 hours of the rally, the crowd swelled from some 500 to nearly 1,000, with hundreds of passers-by and local residents getting swept up in the patriotic jubilee and signing up for the Aries First movement. They certainly are enthusiastic. And they certainly are awful. And yay, the Second Civil War. The War in the South. Oh, I just skipped past the one that was very important saying about the Equestrian Civil War, didn't I? Oh well, the Lunar's control of the southeastern peninsula in Equestria is now in danger. Workers in Baltimore rose up and drove out the Thracian garrison, while Dr. Cabarella has founded the Azul Free State with support from the natives. Finally, loyalists of Night and Moon were pushed deeper into jungles and onto mountains when Celestial Resistance Fighter, led by famous and fictional adventurer Daring Do, captured Stableside. Well, that escalated quickly. It's like, what? Daring Do? Yeah, this is what I meant by Daring Do is real. There you go. I didn't expect to actually be able to show what I meant by that, but yeah, there she is. But yeah, the Equestrian Civil War happens whenever Luna has to work on Confederation of South States. In the case of the Equestrian Civil War, new nations are appearing. The administration of the southern Equestrian states has declared a formation of a new state and its independence from Equestria. The whole southwest is almost entirely under their control. They are only sharing the territories with the Buffalo state, which, who knows, may change very soon. Interesting. Really? Really good? But it's when Luna... It's when... Oh, okay, game. I should just wait till all these... the last... Until that one and the other breakaway state happened. Las Pegasus has recently sent a letter describing the secession of the city from Equestria. Ponies are now protesting and rioting in the streets of Las Pegasus in response to the decision. Attempts to get the mayor of Las Pegasus and Princess Celestia to comment have been either ignored or refused. Soon later, the mayor publicly announced how he came to the decision, and the reason for their succession was to secure their rights. This hardly appeased the sentry and only contributed to further unrest, with the ponies demanding immediate reannexation into Equestria. What is going on over there? And the last one, I believe. Vancouver Commune. The communists of Vancouver exploited the outbreak of the Civil War to establish their own commune on the shores of Luna Bay. Led by former Equestrian Admiral Dust Hoover, they seized control of the city itself and the surrounding countryside and declared it to be neutral in the ongoing conflict. Wonder how long that'll last. But basically, if Celestia refuses to help Luna with their problem with the, well, they don't have that effect anymore, but the fourth people, fourth group of their whatever, if they refuse to help, then she can just decide, well, then I'm just gonna become Nightmare Moon again, like how it is in the start of like the actual show, and I'm just gonna fight everyone. I'll just beat you all up. Where is... there it is. Do I want any... I could use the maintenance company. And then I could use hydraulic drills. Maintenance company is, from what I know, and I'm not exactly too knowledgeable of the meta, the maintenance company is one of the best ones you can go for. Now, as I said, I'm not really knowledgeable of the meta, to be completely honest. But, that's what I've heard. And I just go with it. Modern wars are non-just a battlefield, but in factories as well. We must ready to produce immense amounts of weaponry. Yes. Oh. The Deer Republic. The morning chair of the Hellenian Deer Party appeared on the balcony of Equestria and officially announced the formation of the Deer Republic. Thousands had gathered in the streets to celebrate the proclamation. The Riksdag, currently in the hooves of the Deer Party and representatives of other leftist parties, has officially annulled all royal power and has drawn up a new, fully communist constitution for the nation. Yes. Yes. Yes, fight for the communist dream. Be even better than the Stalingrad in our town, with our country. Oh shoot! I almost let that go over the time because I didn't realize I never chose something. Anyways, we'll grab up you now. The Agrarian reforms. The Agrarian section has been left languishing in recent times. With all the development both internally on board and abroad, not aboard, the time has come for a dedicated effort to make sure that our farmers can keep feeding our people, even if the worst happens. 3 days of freedom! Today marks the end of the national celebration known as the 3 Days of Freedom. This is a relatively new holiday, originally created by Queen Novo as a one-day celebration during our exile in Equestria. After we emerged victorious over the Storm King and returned to Mount Aries, the holidays were expanded to 3 days. On the first day, celebrations are held all across Equestria to thank the ocean for protecting us. Sea ponies gather with friends and family to enjoy undersea dinners and traditional activities like sea dancing and whale singing. On the second day, festivities commence in Aries. Hippogriffs celebrate the Storm King's defeat with parties and live music performances, with the largest concert being held on the harmonizing heights. On the third and final day, all creatures come together to celebrate the return of our freedom. Sea ponies and hippogriffs are encouraged to meet up on beaches for large mixed parties. At the end of the day, parents and prominent community members give our presents for the children. In the capital, Queen Novo herself distributes presents to local children in a special ceremony. Despite being new, the 3 days of freedom are already extremely popular in both Aries and Equestria. In light of the emerging societal divide between hippogriffs and sea ponies, many creatures see the holiday as a celebration of national unity as well as past victory. 3 cheers for Hippogriffia! We'll move our divided society back to balanced. That event also moves you closer to balanced no matter what. I know it at least goes one stage. I've only ever been one stage within that event. But last time, I was one stage the other direction, and it also set me to balance. So that event definitely just sends you closer to balance. Doesn't send you one way or the other. Oh, and then I got distracted by the, Celestial Civil War. But, never mind. Aries First supporters attacked non-traditional clothing. A member of Aries First has been arrested and fined for harassing a griff wearing foreign-made clothes. The offending hippogriff, an out-of-work tailor named Sue Stopper, followed the victim, shouting invections, telling him to go back to Griffonia if you want to wear that, and finally escalating to a physical altercation where the victim was shoved against a wall. Spraining his wings, Sue Stopper blamed Aquilian imports for destroying his business. While many have condemned the attack as evidence of Aries First's xenophobic thuggery, others have expressed sympathy for Sue Stopper's situation, even if they don't approve of his actions. Worrying. But, House Erie and House Erie Never. Okay, this event again. I'm just gonna side with that one. But they have a rivalry that lasts a super long time. Neither of them actually have any sort of tree, but House Avian pretty much always goes down this path and helps them into their rivalry, and then can eventually unite the three of them. And also, after they unite, they can actually get another little focus tree, depending on the path they go on. Oh, you just decided to become their puppet stake. Got it. What a great life you're gonna live. Developing the outer islands. Mount Aries is the gleaming jewel of Hippogriffia, but a jewel needs a necklace to hold it. Too long we have ignored the golden ring of islands around us, and this must be rectified. And they're going to war with each other again, and Aquilia. Looks like they're gonna keep the king. Whoops. Yeah, I'm not an Iron Man, but I've never used Iron Man, and if you get mad about it, I don't care. I really, really don't. But, Aries First rally in Squidville. Large crowds came out in support of Aries First and their protectionist message in Squidville today. The group managed to attract thousands of sea ponies who see nothing to gain from foreign trade. Noted Aries First leader Raftwood led the rally, riling up the sea ponies and telling them that foreign powers wanted to exploit them and that the government had failed to stop it. He called upon Queen Nova to hear the voices of the little sea pony and protect the equestrian industry. He also called upon Arison business grifts to open their eyes. There's an entire other half to our great nation. See the brave sea ponies and work with them for the good of the whole Aries. Do not concern yourself with zebras of Zebrica. The future of Aries lies within these waters. Underwater conservatives have made themselves heard. Underwater conservatives made themselves heard. That is just a weird thing. There we go. I'm making a lot more guns now. My tanks are also getting close to their production cap. I'll go back to those. I care more about getting those done. Aries First rally in Canterfold. Another Aries First rally was held today, this time in Canterfold. Crackless Lightning, who organized the rally, openly denounced the current Zimdian administration as foreign lowlifes, leeching off the hard-working hippogriffs, and called for Novo to either withdraw from Zimdia immediately or start making the zebras pull their weight. He made sure to clarify, however, he did not wish for bloodshed as a first choice, only that they pay their fair share or kindly excuse themselves of our great nation. The crowd rapidly became rowdy, trashing the park they rallied in and disturbing nearby neighborhoods with chants and parties afterwards, which lasted long into the night. A coalition of local residents and progressive harmonists have called on Queen Novo to denounce Aries First as racist and inflammatory, but a spokesperson for Aries First protested that the rally had been entirely legal and that Aries First supporters had broken no laws and caused no injury to any grift's life or property. Regardless of the government's response, the size and enthusiasm of the rally goers shows that Aries First message is reaching many hippogriffs in Canterfold, so denouncing them could cause a backlash. It's the right to speak, we'll say nothing, or free speech is important, but this is growing worrying. Yes, it certainly is. Yay, I can build more boats. Yay for boats. I love boats. You love boats. You better love boats, or you'll be executed by the queen. Queen loves boats, so you love boats. Queendom is awesome. Yes, yes, I am. With clothing debate has come to a head, with Aries First and their opponents both demanding that Queen Novo take a solid position on the issue of foreign clothing in Hippogriffia. Raftwood has presented a petition with thousands of signatures demanding that government workers only be allowed to wear clothing made in Hippogriffia, claiming that the influx of foreign clothes dilutes our identity and damages our economy, leading to unrest and poverty. The petitions claim that having government employees wear foreign clothing at work sends a particularly bad message because as servants of the crown, they are also representative of Hippogriffia. It spreads the idea that foreign nations produce better cultural products than our own, which damages national unity. Hardliners within Aries First have demanded the government go even further, putting to lax labor laws and lower quality control standards in Griffonia, and arguing that greedy griffins would still find a way to undercut and eventually destroy the Aries clothing industry, even with Raftwood's proposed ban. More liberal voices have denounced the whole issue as a silly affair, and have argued that no harmonious government should pass laws mandating what its citizens wear, as doing so is an unacceptable breach of personal liberty. They've also argued that competition breeds innovation, and that the exchange of fashion between Hippogriffia and other nations has caused new and exciting fashion trends to develop, which would be stifled by the government issuing bans. Notably, Princess Skystar and Silverstream, for once being united on something, instead of Skystar being the only one that has a brain, have come out against the proposed bans, saying that Hippogriffia should be friendly towards other nations, with Silverstream pointing to the griffin, and pony friends she made in Equestria as reasons why hippogriffs don't need to be afraid of other creatures. We will not educate what our subjects choose to wear. We shall ban foreign clothing from government jobs only, or we shall issue a full ban on foreign clothing. We will not legislate what our subjects choose to wear. That would be wrong of us. Our home is among the most beautiful regions of the world, and visitors agree. Opening up for tourist enterprises will net us another source of revenue, as well as making sure that thousands of creatures across the world will go home with positives of spirits of us. We are getting close to being able to bring the communists and begin their rise. I hope you're ready for the communist dream. Aries First applies for a rally permit in Harmonizing Heights. This event we will read next time. This is a good spot to end. Hope you enjoyed, and if you did, like, comment, subscribe, and ring the bell next time. I forgot to mention that in the last video, but yeah. And as always, peace.